Hello and welcome to Show of the Week. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jane. And is this a heart rate monitor?
It is, yes. This week I scientifically determined how scary alien isolation is using science. This is a horribly traumatic experience.
It's for science, Mike. Stick with it.
Science. Yeah, the average heart rate was quite low actually because I died from fear at one point and it was 0 while the paramedics were working on me.
Wow.
Best day ever.
Meanwhile, I've been playing Mass Effect.
We need a leader. And surround them with the brightest, the toughest, the deadliest allies we can find.
While the last generation of consoles fades into the distance, I'm taking a minute, or two, or several lazy weekends to remember the space opera RPG that stole my heart in 2007 and never let go, even with that Mass Effect 3 ending in 2012.
Shepard, we got Reaper signatures in orbit!
As a science fiction fan with a taste for RPGs, a soft spot for romantic subplots, and a fantasy about having my own spaceship, Mass Effect checks all my boxes. The epic sweep of Mass Effect's plot about an ancient galaxy-ending threat is married to compelling personal stories and tough decisions, large and small, which carve a unique path for your Shepard.
There's too many! I don't think we can hold them!
I'm sorry, Ash. I had to make a choice.
It's testament to the power of BioWare storytelling that everyone winds up irrevocably attached to their personal Shep, no matter how weird they accidentally made her face in the character creator.
I like your outfit.
Those glossy good looks in the style of an upmarket sci-fi movie got better with each game, and it was Mass Effect 2 that really nailed the shooting and squad-based action. But for me, nothing beats the opening act. That is, Game 1. It was heart-in-mouth stuff back when everything was fresh and humankind was the black sheep of the galaxy, and while Shepard was still winning her N7 spurs. I can't wait for what comes next for the franchise, but for now I'm more than happy reliving the Mass Effect glory days. Here's to the future. Not you, Shepard, you've had enough. So yes, space exploration, complex relationships, choices with real consequences, and there's something about Shepard that just speaks to me personally.
Yeah, I've seen the way you play Mass Effect.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, Andy, I'll admit in my darker moments I have gone for the odd Renegade decision in Mass Effect. They're just so tempting.
You're working too hard.
Jesus, Shepard, man's just doing his job. The Paragon and Renegade moral choices in Mass Effect 1 set up the series' system of karmic tracking, but Mass Effect 2 added the Paragon and Renegade interrupt options that we so enjoy. Of these, the Renegade interrupts were the most entertaining for lurching between Commander Stern but fair and Commander Borderline Psychopath. We hereby recognise the 7 most deranged. Watch out for spoilers, yeah?
Tell me where the assassin is and I might let you live.
Renegade Shep is into proportionate responses as much as he's into long, boring interrogations. That is to say, not at all.
Not the answer I was looking for.
I've got nothing more to say to you. If you shoot me, my team's right.
How about goodbye?
You recite warlords, but you are the offspring of a syringe.
Krogan warrior Gatagog Uvenk is some kind of race purist jackass who thinks your buddy Grunt isn't a true Krogan.
Your clan may rule, but this thing is not Krogan.
He also thinks Renegade Shep isn't crazy enough to whack a great big angry battle lizard with his tiny human head.
Grunt is alive.
Get out of it, Uvenk. He is crazy like a fox, and we don't care if you do have the voice of Lieutenant Worf.
You dare. I like this human. Warlock Gold will rule all Krogan.
Another shouty Krogan jerk. Have one of these.
You talk too much.
See? The human cannot hit a simple target.
Well, that takes care of the cremation, is what he should have said. But Renegade Shep's not just about using violence to shut down Krogans. He's also about using violence to shut down all of the galaxy's races, like dangerous warmonger Admiral Hangarel, who gets himself gut-punched.
I understand that you ignored the plan and charged in without thinking.
The trick?
I say gut-punch, I have no idea where Quarians keep their guts.
Get the hell off my ship.
Khaleesa bint seen in Al-Jalani.
This Westerland news reporter knows exactly how to push your buttons.
How do you justify running away while millions of people on Earth die?
You meet her in every Mass Effect game, and every time, if you're playing a Renegade Shepard, she gets a beat down and you get a dose of bad publicity. Come on, Shep, ever heard of rising above it?
You want some?
The most cathartic Renegade interrupt in Mass Effect 3 has to be the bit when you give budget ninja Kai Leng what's coming to him. FYI, the non-Renegade equivalent is similar, but you don't punch his stupid sword in half. What's the point of that?
That was for Miranda, you son of a bitch.
In Citadel, my favourite piece of Mass Effect 3 DLC, Renegade Shep goes off the deep end at his evil clone. Wait, which one's the evil one?
The second I get out of here, I'm gonna take your head and mount it in the Normandy CIC. Then I'm gonna mount his head next to yours. Then I'm gonna take both of your heads and space them out the airlock. Count me in.
Shut up, Caden. Commander's talking now.
Now it's time to see what you've been saying in the comments and posting to everyone on Facebook.
Oh wow, did you know that today is the day that Marty McFly travels forward to in Back to the Future? And also last Thursday and again in a month's time.
Yeah, amazing thing, time travel. First up, your comments on last week's show in which I went ghost hunting in Red Dead Redemption.
All right, the other rumours centre around the mansion at the top of the hill in town. One rumour here is that you can see footsteps going down the stairs into the basement.
Deadpan Fluke and the blog of stuff take issue with your ghost hunting, saying, how do you see footsteps exactly? Footprints? Yes. Footsteps? No.
They're ghosts, mate. They can do whatever they want. That's why it's scary.
So you didn't just say the wrong word.
No. Steve Whiteley is with me, meanwhile. He says, think I prefer RDR to GTA. The great outdoors, no drugs, sort of, no mobile phones, no cars, escapism. That's what gaming's for.
While Ben Borthwick challenges the fundamental premise underpinning the entire show, he says, I only have one minor issue with the claim of no new games July. Destiny beta? Granted, there's no firm date for Xbox outside of end of July, and there's still at least 3 more show of the weeks in July to acknowledge it, but still.
Can we go ghost hunting in that?
There's a character in it called Ghost?
Sold! Also, there is a date for the Destiny Xbox One beta now. It is July the 23rd. Next up, your comments on our video about why there will never be a good Superman game.
It's like a dial-up modem having a terrible nightmare.
Cerberus Lives has a suggestion of their own. Best Superman game? Lego Batman 2.
So you put a big hole in the theater?
I'll get it repaired.
I already did that. Also, I put your boat back in the water.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, thanks.
You know, you should really try not to make such a mess while you're fighting crime.
Oh, poor Batman. Chris Alcock on Twitter says, I must respectfully disagree with Outside Xbox. You absolutely could do a great Superman game. It would just take place over his entire life.
What, like as a baby and stuff?
Right.
Awesome. Finally, Alec J knows how to fix things. I got it. Make a Batman vs Superman game. Make sure you make Batman look like Ben Affleck. Then just do a game where you punch Affleck in the face, as Superman of course, over and over and over. I'd pay big bucks for that. I don't think it could fail.
Lastly, your comments on how the creators of Dead Space are using their expertise to make Call of Duty Advanced Warfare better.
Veterans were telling us that war is scary. They're scared sometimes. Not that they're frightened, but what's behind that door?
The average Max sees a problem, saying, I love everything they're doing and I know the game will be good, but the problem is they are putting so much work on a campaign people will ignore. Statistics, according to issue 254 of Game Informer, said 40% of people who bought Ghost skipped the campaign. And that's a shame because I think Ghost had one of the better campaigns. I'll undoubtedly play this campaign, I just don't know who else will.
XZ3E5H4N4T0RZ, catchy, says, by now I want to be able to go stealth or loud in each mission. I mean, come on, so many good games have the formula, so why doesn't COD?
Finally, Limited Spartan says Sledgehammer is starting to win me over, but I can't get past those lasers.
Isn't that the whole point of lasers? You hear a heart rate monitor flatlining.
Oh, not again. All right. I need a crash cart. Stat.
Sorry about that, I just remembered Alien Isolation again.
Well, that's it for this week's show, but why not pretend you're like a Roman emperor and we're like gladiators and give us a thumbs up with that button down there.
And get in touch if you like on Twitter @OutsideXbox and on Facebook at facebook.com/OutsideXbox. See you next time.
All right, do you want a cup of tea?
Yeah, lovely, thanks.
All right.
have tea.